Here we go, kicking off episode 1 of deer season 24. We're gonna be putting groceries in the ground, hot and heavy, right during the middle of corn planting season. Come along as we give some tips and tricks on growing some giant bucks. Here we go, it's April 13th. We're about halfway through planting all of our corn. We got an awesome new setup from Nutrien. We got warm temperatures, it's in the 80s today, tomorrow, and the following day, and then it drops down into the mid to upper 60s and then back up into the 70s. So the temperature's saying it's go time. All the farmers around are planting as well, so it's go time. We're putting on our fertilizer, dropping our seed, this awesome fertilizer system that drops the fertilizer right in the furrow right next to the seed, and should give it that awesome jump start that it needs this spring. Trying to get all this corn in the ground before the rain hits here in a couple days. DeerCast is saying that we're going to get some rain, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for that after we get our seed in the ground. Not only do we get our fertilizer and chemical from Nutrien, we also get our seed from Nutrien as well. This particular variety that we're planting in this field is the VC33RIB Dynagrow seed, and like I say, that's the one we use and that's the one we always go to.
What'd you say? This segment of DoD TV is brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions, transforming agriculture and feeding the future. All right, so Wade and I are out planting corn today. We've got a mixture here in this tank from our friends at Nutrien Ag. We use the Creston location over here in Iowa. They've been great. Them boys delivered our stuff yesterday. We have an Ag Excel liquid fertilizer starter system on the planter, and so this is the mixture we've got in here. We have Altura, Reax K, and Riser. All three of those things are mixed together and then pumped into the tank that Wade has on the planter, and then that is in furrow as we're planting. Kind of 2-in-1. Instead of me running around spreading fertilizer in front of him planting, I am just at the fields with him, pumping into the tank that is on the planter and then just going with him to field, and we're kind of knocking out 2 steps in one. So, and that new planter we've got is a Deere 7000 series, and it's set up for no-till. We've been trying to take as many fields as we can to no-till in order to lessen the erosion and hopefully stop all erosion on these fields. Sometimes we get too much corn stalk matter out there and we have to run a disc over them lightly, but we've been trying to take all of our cornfields, as many as we can, to no-till practices, and this field is exactly that. We might be done with the state of Iowa today if Wade and I keep after it and we don't break anything. Wade broke the marker arm this morning, had to call a buddy to burn a couple beads and weld it up, but you know, just another day working with Wade. We're gonna break something.
Already breaking. Wade! You know, these guys, these young guys just don't take care of equipment. Perry's probably the one that broke it.
Blame it on Perry.
Blame it on Perry. It's this whole season. See?
Look at them glaucoma glasses.
Oh, pick on the blind guy. Hey, you're leaking.
Well, that's a wrap on our 2024 corn planting season. You know, corn has a lot of benefits from early season all the way into late season and beyond season. Some of our favorite things about corn is it takes a wide open field and turns it into solid cover. Another thing that we use corn for is access paths. Our corn here in Iowa and Missouri will grow 8, 10, 12, 14 feet tall and creates excellent access in the early season to get into our blinds or stands. Just perfect access. Nothing knows when you're coming or going. So access is one of the key components to harvesting big deer year after year. One of the last but not least benefits to standing corn is having food all the way through and beyond season. You know, those ears will stand about 5 feet tall. It'll get above most all the snow that we'll get here in the Midwest. It just gives that nutrients that all those deer need in the late season. They congregate to these big ag fields, get that nutrients, push them on through the harsh parts of winter. So going back late, deer season 23, Mark and I encountered this beautiful 10-pointer, probably 5.5-year-old buck, double stickers coming off his G2s, just a phenomenal buck. Mark elected to pass that deer and give him one more year. However, we came back in this spring, went straight back to corn because that deer was sucked into that field almost every evening in deer season 23. Bring on deer season 24. Hopefully this giant 10-pointer with kickers shows back up.
We're adding new videos every week, so make sure to click that subscribe button and check out all of our amazing content. This episode of DoD TV is brought to you by DeerCast, the most advanced deer movement predictor ever.